Let's go to the tavern.
And
I shall
thus...
have to leave you soon. Return to court.
Barely got back to Toussaint.
A knight in the service of Her Illustrious Highness knows no rest. In fact, I'd feared I would return too late to fulfill my duty. Yet it seems I've arrived in the nick of time.
Clearly. Well, for as long as you're able and willing to help. When tracking down the beast of Toussaint, any and all help is always appreciated. Alright, Milton, onwards to the inn.
Once you have finished examining the corpse, be sure to report to Anarietta.
Yeah, something about a
Her
tent?
Her Grace, the Duchess. I forget myself at times. We address each other by our first names in private. Never in Pomerin's presence, however. He finds such familiarity offensive.
All about tradition. Either way,
A watering hole for traders, smugglers, boatmen. But you will find no better crayfish chowder in all Toussaint.
well, I'm sure I get to try it at some point. The question, are you guys familiar with Gwent by any chance?
What was that?
I mean,
They say Her Grace is called
seriously, Gwent, brilliant card game. If they play Gwent here, I'm gonna be stuck here for a little bit. Okay, there is way too much stuff going on right now. My attention being drawn all over the place. I will go to that notice board soon.
By my troth, could that be the musty scent of fresh pâté?
Naught else, Sir de Peyrac-Peyran. I see time has not dulled your senses.
We would be honored if you would join us. Your companion as well.
But why do I not detect even a whiff of crayfish chowder?
No soup today, on account of there being no crayfish. I reckon you've not heard, but all I caught was a corpse. I awoke at the crack of dawn, as I do each day, but when I looked up, I beheld a blood-red sky.
This corpse is precisely why we're here. For the man whom you've invited to join you at the table was summoned from a far-off land by Her Gracious Magnificence. He is tasked with tracking and killing the beast.
We invited two men to join us, yet since Sir de Peyrac-Peyran in temperament is more akin to hare than hound, I surmise the other is the hunter. With whom do we have the pleasure?
I'm Geralt. Milton introduced me already. I'm Geralt.
Name's Geralt.
A humble introduction. You've clearly not tarried long with Sir de Peyrac-Peyran.
Spare us the petty insults. Geralt is a master of the witchering trade. He has questions concerning the beast's last victim.
I was the one to find the corpse. The sun had just risen when I awoke.
Yeah.
Sat straight up in my bed.
We heard
looked
that.
out the window and beheld a sky red as blood.
Ask Geralt, please, or we shall be here till winter.
Yeah. The sky was red. Then what? I mean, red sky... the dawn? Or...
Must have been early in the morning. Went to check your nets and then...
I stepped out of my hut and saw...
By my troth, to the point, man. You found a body ensnared in your crayfish nets. We know this already. What happened then? Did you see anyone nearby? Did you spy anything noteworthy? Anything at all?
Not a soul around, just me. As for noteworthy... well...
What did you see? But be warned, if I hear the sky was red again...
that was not noteworthy.
I saw a head bobbing, eyes bulging, the tongue blue and popped out. Next to it, a hand rocking upon the water.
Wait.
Get a good look at the body parts.
They gave me such a fright. I bolted to town fast as my legs would take me, then returned with guardsmen who told me to keep out of their way. They had a hard haul. The parts were so tangled up in my nets, they were forced to cut them.
Yeah, that we did see, but body parts. Where did they take the body? I mean, we figured out they took it along with a boat, but you probably saw the direction in which they went, so... maybe.
To examine the body. Know where they took it?
They ferried it across, then loaded it on a cart and hauled it to a cellar at Corvo Bianco to keep it cool, see?
What? Why, Corvo Bianco is Baron Rossel's estate. When he learns they've turned his cellar into a morgue, he'll set his hounds on them.
While you were gallivanting about the north, his vineyard was auctioned off.
Who?
Who was that?
Are
Woman
you?
who just left. Didn't see her before. Didn't notice her walk in either.
Doubtless Linnis, the innkeep's daughter. But hold, Geralt, because this is an outrage. Rossel's vineyard was auctioned off? Inconceivable.
It is no secret the Baron had gambling debts up to his ears. It finally came time to collect. His creditors auctioned off his property. The Ducal Chancellery bought it, in fact. Rossel now bunks with his brother in Vicofaro.
I told Rossel he'd get his comeuppance. How long can one throw on past heroics? His creditors must finally have defined that his promises meant nothing.
Such are the times. Today's knights are pale shadows of the heroes of yore.
It's true what they say. God sent the beast to punish us for straying from the old paths.
That I kinda doubt. But folk are saying around it the beast is seen as divine punishment? Really?
So folk think the beast's divine punishment.
Knights have turned their backs on the old customs. Where they were defenders of the duchy, they're now defenders of their own tushes.
Why, you insolent...
Let him talk.
The Duchess trades in titles, grants honors to ill-doers. We've strayed from the path of virtue, lost the gods' favor, so the gods sent retribution.
Don't listen to that nonsense, Geralt. It's rehashed street preacher codswallop.
Yes, the rebel rousers have been sprouting up like weeds lately, each offering the same bill of goods.
I honestly kinda doubt that that would be the case in regards to the beast being divine punishment. Because if that were the case, then it would only target knights, right? And it's not been only targeting knights. But what else do people say about the beast?
They say anything else about the beast? Besides it being a messenger of the gods?
The Toussaint are no fools. They see clearly the beast kills on days honoring patron saints.
Picky monster.
I for sure am still lacking a whole lot of information, and I hope to find more in the time where I go to and examine the body. So, Corvo something? I'm sure Milton knows the way.
Thanks for the hospitality. Time I examined the corpse.
Corvo Bianco lies a short way from here, near the tourney grounds. Just follow the road and you'll arrive.
Not coming with? Oh yeah, duty of some sort calls.
Some sort? Her Grace bestowed a great honor on me, even before we departed for Velen. I'm to play the hare during this year's game in the Palace Gardens.
The hare?
When you see me in my costume, you will wet yourself laughing.
Well, okay then.
Tempted to ask a few questions, but it sounds like a long, complicated story. One involving lengthy digressions into local history and tradition. So, see you later, Milton, and good luck.
Good luck indeed. Which means for me... I guess we have got our freedom. Gentlemen, do you mind if I... take this book? Gottfried and the Chessboard Knights. What the hell is that about? The last day of the tourney had come, and it was now clear Gottfried would tilt against the mysterious Chessboard Knight in the joust. Gottfried was the ducal champion at the time, so all were counting on his victory. No one knew a thing about the Chessboard Knight, except that he had come from the south in dark armor and had a shield bearing 64 black and white squares. When the herald trumpeted the signal, the knights charged at each other. Gottfried's lance shattered against the Chessboard Knight's shield, and the mysterious knight swayed in his saddle. No mere mortal could have survived such a blow, yet the Chessboard Knight did not fall from his horse, but instead struck a blow of his own on the next pass, knocking Gottfried to the ground. The victor approached his defeated foe, stuck out his hand and helped him stand. Before the herald could announce his victory, he took off his helm, and all beheld his eyes of coal and face of burnt cinders. I have come from a time long past to remind you of humility, which is a long-forgotten virtue. My name was consumed by dragonfire when I perished, victim of my own pride. After saying these words, the chessboard knight rode off. No one stopped him. Did they repeat his warning? To this day. Well, okay then. Interesting story for sure. Either way, gentlemen, thank you very much. The toll collector, okay. Yes, it does take a little bit of hay to get over here. Either way, we're in an inn. And that means, excuse me, greetings.
Normally, I'd encourage you to try our famed fisherman's chowder. But alas, we are all out of crayfish.
I have heard the story.
Replace them with something else. Perch, for example.
Replace crayfish with fish? I beg you. What next? Vinegar for wine? Parsley for thyme? Huh? Your Nordlings are a pleasant lot, but about cuisine you know nothing.
Clearly. Either way, you play Gwent. That's exactly what I wanted to know. But before we do that, please show me what you've got.
Show me what you got in stock.
Okay, for a moment I was hoping, okay, maybe there are more Gwent cards in these lands, but clearly not the case. Well, in that case, I'm sure you can do something with saddlebags, although I could hold them on and sell them to an actual person who might have a whole lot more for that, like a blacksmith or something. This will be fine. Also, I still have got that bloody magical acorn. I'm keeping it with me for the time being, but it's just a reminder. Either way, while I'm here, have you heard any rumors?
Got any gossip? Fishermen talking about anything?
Except for the blood red sky?
Yes, about a Nordling who would replace crayfish with pike.
Yeah, crazy story,
That's a
right?
serious question.
And the tactless one. I do not eavesdrop on my clients, and I certainly don't repeat anything I chance to hear.
Well, okay then. Maybe you will repeat something that you chance to hear after losing a round of Gwent. I mean, that sounds like a very good idea to me. Plus, at the same time, I am a little bit rusty, so I for sure could use the practice.
Not likely to taste your famous fisherman's chowder, so maybe we could play some Gwent.
And of course, no one denies me a round of Gwent. Alright, same old Nilfgaardian Empire deck. I do need to remember how to play again because it has been quite some time for me ever since my last Gwent match. So, honestly, let's hope for the best. There are new Gwent cards. I want... There's a Skellige faction. Oh, I like that. Alright, well in that case, I will mulligan you away, and, let's see, maybe Dandelion needs to go away. I have got a lot of stuff that I would like to have, but I don't know anything about the Skellige faction. I want to know more. I'll put Dandelion away for one time on, which is less good, but this is fine. What cards have got? Okay, what is that? Can I take a look? Okay, Berserker transforms into a bear when a Mardrome card is on its row. Alright, and what does a Berserker, a bear look like in regards to card power? What is your card ability? Shuffle all cards from each player's graveyard back into their decks. Alright. That is strong against those who try to use medics and whatnot. Interesting. Alright, how about you have this one right over here? I'll have some extra cards in the meantime. More decoys, perfect for me. Okay, more berserkers. So what does this Mardrome card look like in that case? I will add a cow in the meantime. Oh, you are going all out on the berserkers, aren't you? Well, if you want to win with that power, then how about I help you out a little bit more? Is that okay? I will just give you all the spice right now. Okay, I want to know what a Mardrome card is, what it looks like, because you, again, will transform into a bear. Interesting. Well, you have this one as well. I'm so gonna let you win this first round. There we go. And with 2 cards, I could instantly win this now. Yeah, I would need to use 2 cards. You know what? It is an easy victory for me. It definitely is an easy victory for me. I will. Just to claim this while I can. There we go. Everyone happy. Also, I love this music. Quite different from what we know. But, here we go. No, don't play more. Don't play more. Just pass. That's it. First round for us. We get our fiends. But we still don't know anything about those Mardrum cards. So, for now, let me just place down anything that I can now get in regards to you. Okay. Nice. This faction is gonna be interesting. The Light Longship. Escape them in the waters of Skellige? Good luck. Just, muster cards. Awesome. Right, well, I'll be a little bit careful, I guess. I'll not play the tight bonds. Is there anything that we can bring back on our side? We can bring back the cow. I mean, that will be extra power for the next round, so cow goes moo. It sure do. What else have you got? Okay, Scorch. That's kind of what I was afraid of, so I made a good choice in regards to not playing my archer. This will work. I want to see more of these Skellige cards. Oh, yeah. Okay, that's fine, that's fine. I will just put that right back towards your side of the field now that we're at it anyway. I want to know what cards the Skellige faction has available to it, because I want to play with them at some point. Okay, you seem to be dealing with, well, the same type that I've got going on in regards to the militia brigade and whatnot. So it's kind of what we know, but that Mardrome stuff really makes me wonder right now. There we go. Oh. So it's like... It is like a normal Warhorn in that case, so the deck does not function with the Warhorn. Triggers transformation of all Berserker cards on the same row. Also, if you place a further Berserker card onto the row now, for example, I'd imagine so. And in the meantime, only 4 more cards remaining, yeah. There is some interesting stuff. I'm not sure how strong these Tide Bonds cards will be, because I don't know how many there are, but I'm assuming 3 of these as well. Either way, I've got a feeling that you might start winning this round at this rate, which does not really make me all that happy, but I can deal with it, and I can bring back anything that I send onto the board right now later, so... Ooh. I mean, I could blast that one for you, but there is a chance you might send that back to my side, which means I can bring that one forth again. At risk of possibly getting scorched, I will play that. Because I have the card advantage no matter what. And you can do that, of course. Although it doesn't work on the spell card. Wait, it doesn't work on... It doesn't work on Scorch. That's interesting. Huh. Well, in that case, you can't do an awful lot more, but you do kind of counter my deck just a little bit. In some regards. But I guess that's fine. Either way, I'm winning this. There's no way I'm gonna lose this. So I can't bloody well use my medics now. That really sucks. Okay, young emissaries go forth. Show me the power. Of course, you had to have those two. Alright, well, in that case... Can I still win this? I think I can. Yeah, I most definitely will win this. Well, here we go. Victory for me. And I want to know more about the Skellige deck.
Thought I knew them all. Guess I was wrong. Must be a one-off.
Clan Drum
Message on
Shield
the back, signed by a certain Count Monnier. Invitation to a tournament. Interesting.
To everything, tournament. Okay, I'm very sorry that I'm standing on your side of the field, but what have we got? Let's see, Clan Drummond Shield Maiden with tight bonds. Very nice. Huh. And also, I guess instantly you gave me a leader ability as well in Kragan Crates.
You must have your pick of the latest.
Yeah, for sure. What's that all about? Gwent never fears Skellige's here. Oh god. 19 Skellige cards in total. And obtain a basic Skellige deck. Okay, while traveling in Toussaint, Geralt learned of the existence of a new deck. It was inspired by the Skellige Isles and their inhabitants. And since the new Skellige faction had just made its debut, Geralt decided to seize the moment and gather all the cards belonging to it before other collectors could get their paws on them. Because we know that certain cards are certainly worth a whole lot of money, apparently. And collectors will definitely try and get their paws on them. But that brings us to Gwent, to everything. Tournament. Meet with the tournament's organizer. When Geralt found himself in the possession of a card belonging to the Skellige faction, he was incredibly surprised. He'd considered himself something of a Gwent expert, yet had never heard of this faction. This card came with an invitation to a Gwent tournament organized at the Peasantry by Count Monnier. So our hero desired to seize this opportunity to find out more, and perhaps collect a sweet pot while he was at it. Oh, for sure. Where would that be? Okay, places where you can begin new quests from Blood and Wine are marked with the red exclamation symbol. Yeah, okay, I get that. Okay, this is... that's all the Never Fist. Okay, there's a lot of Gwent going on over here. Where exactly would the tournament be? That would be all the way south. Okay, there's gonna be a whole lot of Gwent games in our nearby future. And I'm looking forward to that. Alright, but I'm happy that there are new Gwent cards. I wasn't expecting an entire new faction. I was expecting more cards for our current factions. Did I? For sure I'm not complaining. But while we're here, and yeah, with the person who saw, who we noticed, wandering about the place, definitely not the innkeeper's daughter. Hi. Yeah, I have no clue who was actually spying on us. No. Either way, they're long gone. But in the meantime, we have got ourselves a notice board. We'll buy a permit. In light of Minister Tremblay's incredibly daft order barring entry to the prison grounds, I'd like to let it be known that I'll gladly purchase an entry permit. If someone's got one to sell. I'm not a member of any inmate's family, for it's my BaW's in the prison, and has been for half a year now, during which time we haven't been able to see each other as often as we need to. If you've ever had a BaW, you know what I mean. Lorraine Titois. Okay, that begs the question, why is your BaW in prison? But sure. Wanted, the White Wolf. The Witcher Geralt of Rivia, known as the White Wolf, is wanted to serve as a guide? His potential employee guarantees an ample wage for this unusual contract. For more information, he should go to the Count Belladal's temporarily based camp in Toussaint. Note, we kindly request all other persons not present themselves at said camp under the pretense of being Geralt of Rivia. Count Belladal was not born yesterday and can easily tell who is a witcher and who is faking it. All those journeying to his camp in shabby costumes with wooden swords strapped to their backs can save themselves the trouble and turn back. I guess that does happen often. Well, I will take that, but serving as a guide? I don't exactly have a brilliant track record in guiding people through stuff, because that often gets them killed no matter what, because they run ahead into rot fiends that I can't help them with, because rot fiends bloody well explode. Notice from the Ducal Camerlengo, calling all knights errant and other strongmen. The duchy needs you. Your aid is required. Bounteous rewards are in the offing. More details available at the Ducal Camerlengo's offices on the Knight's Dormant Square. Alright, I'm not sure if that's meant for me, but I'm a strong man. Announcement from the Office of Internal Revenue of the Duchy of Toussaint. The Office of Internal Revenue hereby announces a limited live auction to be held regarding the sale of a piece of developed real estate and accompanying agricultural land located in the Caroberta Woods region, having been left to the ducal treasury by the late Count Crespi, who departed this world without any heirs. Due to the unique nature of the Bellegarde estate and its important role in the production of wine, bringing great fame to the duchy in all corners of the world, only subjects of the Duchy of Toussaint shall be allowed to participate in the auction. Well, that's a bummer. To all knights-errants and other such men of arms, be it known far and wide that the service of voluntary keepers of the peace shall be needed. Minor problems are expected to arise during the transfer of the above-mentioned real estate, and said problems, for the dissolution, could require the application of direct physical force. All volunteers are asked to report to the field office of the Procurator General of Toussaint near Pledgemount Bridge, that is to say, to the place where the auction shall be held. Well, I could pay that a visit, but I'm not entirely sure if it's meant for us. But nonetheless, I'm intrigued. And Crane Isle closed off to unauthorized visitors. Following Captain de la Tour's recommendations, the prison upon Crane Isle and its vicinity are hereby declared a no-entry zone. Any trespassing upon this terrain or activities deemed distracting to the prison guards are strictly prohibited. Only the families of inmates are allowed to visit, and even then, only upon presentation of a permit issued by the Ducal Chancellery. Ministry of Justice Victor Tremblay. I wonder why that would be. Why is it closed to unauthorized visitors? I mean, for that to be a recent thing, definitely keeping me curious. And hello, contract for a witcher or witchers. Caravan, escort. What's up with people wanting escorts or guides? That's not meant for me. To a witcher or witchers. The Beauclair Coopers Guild is seeking an individual or individuals willing to escort a merchant convoy through an area threatened by the Great White Terror. More information can be obtained from Gaston Legaffe at the merchant's camp in the forest to the north of Coronada Vineyard. Margrim Poulet, Undersecretary for Threats and Risks Management, Beauclair's Coopers Guilds. I'm so gonna get people killed.
Local clerks looking for help. Could be good coin to be made.
But if there's good coin to be made, yeah, could most certainly be worth a shot. And thus we got ourselves a heap load of new leads, more avenues of making money, some definitely a little bit out of our reach still, but nonetheless. Mutual of Beauclair's Wild Kingdom. While wandering around Toussaint, Geralt did not neglect his vocation and the true core of his existence, namely pursuing and slaying monsters. Having found a notice on a notice board posted by a merchant guild beset by some beast, the Witcher decided to go to the appointed spot to learn about the details of the matter. Definitely gonna make sure I don't go towards this spot too early and offer my services, because I'm gonna find myself being unable to probably complete the contract. But Wine Wars, Bellegarde. Pursuing a notice board in Toussaint, Geralt found the appeal of a ducal clerk. The clerk was seeking all manner of vagabonds, knight-errants, and mercenaries. Posting did not seem to be an offer of witches' work, but even so, Geralt decided to learn more about this mystery job. And a knight for hire. Go to the Ducal Camerlengo to learn the details of the contract. Geralt came across an altogether typical-looking notice. Someone was looking for the help of knights or other strongmen. He concluded he met the above stated requirements and set off for Knight Dormant Square to meet with the Ducal Camerlengo. And finally, Big Game Hunter. Talk to Count Belledal. One day, Geralt happened upon an unusual contract notice. Someone was seeking the aid not of some unnamed witcher, but specifically of the witcher named Geralt of Rivia. The notice listed no other details, so Geralt, admittedly intrigued, resolved to see what was its issue. But before we begin to deal with all kinds of side distraction and activities because people require our help and we totally have to show everyone that we are the true Gwent master of this world, I definitely want to keep my focus right over here. Go to Corvo Bianco and examine the body kept in its cellar. Want to do that before it decomposes and before it gets even messier. definitely want to make sure that we actually learn a little bit more about this beast of Toussaint. But before we go there, I see a signpost right over here, and I am intrigued about why this place is called the Cockatrice Inn. There was a time when the Cockatrice's owner, Adam the Guy, loved to recount the tale of how the inn got its name. In his youth, his story went, he served as squire to a knight-errant, and together they defeated a bloodthirsty cockatrice. The beast had decorated the arbor's entrance for many years, until a certain traveller from Oxenford ascertained it was unfortunately but a rather amateurish hobbling together of pheasant, weasel and pig parts. His pride wounded, the guy took down his trophy, but the inn kept its name. Well, now I'm curious to see that trophy, even if it's no longer around. Okay, maybe there's a back room somewhere. No, I'm supposed to go to Corvo Bianco. I'm not supposed to be hunting down fake trophies. Dear oh dear. New land, new things to do. I'm already getting way too distracted about everything.
The guard brings peace to our domains. Flout its writ and rot in chains.
Yes, indeed. Well, I do wonder, with so many knights around, surely the bandit numbers must also be pretty low then, right? Or would there still be many bandits in these lands? Either way, I'm most definitely intrigued about all of this. But wandering around here, everything is so vibrant. I've said it before, but this feels so different from
Sounds of a fight. Have to hurry.
Bergen Velen. What the hell is going on? Okay, I don't know where you're running off to, but... Okay, what's going on?
Damn it. Killer must still be here.
Okay. Oh. She? Who's she? Okay, I have got a feeling we're not dealing with a human.
In the cellar. Gotta be.
Yeah, most certainly. Okay, assuming that there is no other way down, what are we dealing with?
Killed with a single blow.
Yeah, definitely a monster. But what? Can we figure out what?
Throat torn open by man-like jaws. Man-like. Except for long fangs.
Okay. That's not brilliant.
Busted ribs. Blood from the ears. Took a solid hit.
Yeah, I'm gonna be using
Massacred
Quen.
By a vampire. Not an Ekimara though. Or a Fletter. Bruxa. Gotta be.
Bruxa. Alright. What do we know about Bruxa? If you must travel through the woods, steer clear of any places where you can hear several different kinds of birds at once. That sound means you're entering a Bruxa's territory and can kiss you a live farewell. Anonymous piece of advice. Fortunately for us all, Bruxa are rare creatures. Most live far from population centers, for they care greatly for their own safety and make their lairs in places where they cannot be taken by surprise. Those who decide to live near men avoid crowds and emerge from their shelters only at night. When they do, one could almost mistake them for delayed travelers hurrying towards their night's lodgings, yet subtle details give them away. Their close ties to birds, their piercing voices, and the breathtaking speed of their movements. Bruxa are far swifter and stronger than men, but their greatest asset is their ability to turn invisible. Bruxa dart about with uncanny speed, and with their power of invisibility, they can easily confuse opponents and attack unexpectedly or from behind. Thus, when fighting these vampires, the Moondust Bomb is a great aid. While it cannot eliminate the vampire's invisibility altogether, it can make it easier to track its motions. A generous smearing of vampire oil is also effective. Bruxa use their sharp claws to attack and can easily break through an opponent's guard by buffeting him with a hail of blows from all directions. They will try to bite their prey and drink its blood once it is weakened, so every witcher who expects to encounter such a monster should swallow a black blood potion beforehand. Bruxa are also known for their sonic attacks, which knock down and stun their prey. Alright, Moondust, Vampire Oil and Black Blood, and of course always keep Eden handy if they move that quickly. Very good to know. But while I was wandering around through here, I also stumbled upon an ethereal. I'm really not sure what the hell that is, but I apparently have information on it. The human mind is as wild and unexplored a place as any land far beyond the seas. It is inhabited by manifold dangers, fears, painful memories, traumas. These lurk on the edge of our consciousness, like predators waiting for a moment of weakness in which to reveal themselves and destroy us. Arturius Vigo, the essence of spells and illusions. The painted world created in the mind of Iris von Efric was mainly populated by figures from her memories, but was also home to dangerous predatory creatures, the embodiments of her fears. The most dangerous of these, the ethereal, invoked her greatest fear and were the face of her husband. The ethereal resembled Olgierd in appearance and also fought using a technique similar to his. A group of 6 such creatures lay in wait for Geralt, yet at first only one engaged him in battle. This one's death awoke the next, which was more powerful than the first, and so it went to the end, the stronger ethereal replacing a fallen weaker brother till all were defeated. Yet Geralt had to be careful, for the slightest amount of damage dealt to a being awaiting his turn would cause him to come alive and join his still living comrade in the fight. In the end, the best tactic against these nightmarish beings proved to be a well-timed counterattack. But that would have been certainly helpful to know at the time, but sometimes information just comes a tad bit later. Either way, for now, definitely dealing with Bruxay. Which means Superior Moondust Bomb contains silver splinters that permanently prevent monsters from transforming. In this case, not stopping this Bruxay in regards to turning invisible, but so be it. And meanwhile, vampire oil. Certainly keeping that handy. And I guess, where do we have our black blood? Right over here. Vampires and necrophages start bleeding when near the Witcher. And in addition, the Witcher's blood injures and knocks them back when they wound him. Very handy, I will keep that. But only drink it.
And moon dust.
Just in
Could be
case.
lifesavers.
So, Superior Northern Wind definitely goes towards that. What else have we got?
The woman from the inn was wearing this coat.
Okay, so then we know exactly who was after us. Why would the person, in this case a Bruxay, go after the corpse? Is the Bruxay the beast of Toussaint? Maybe. Either way, it is bloody powerful.
Attacker had no trouble knocking over the cart.
Yeah, I am definitely gonna have to be careful.
Rever Muck carried the body in this cart.
But we know where it is right now. But for a Bruxay to go this far...
Claw wounds from 5 separate claws, spread of a small human hand.
I am most definitely not gonna be too happy with where this is going.
Footprints. Small bare feet lead deeper into the cellar.
Yeah, anyone who is here is dead right now.
Fell down the stairs, broke his neck.
Either by the Bruxay, or by a serious case of bad luck. Alright, I am not happy with this. Did that Bruxay just break through that gate?
Hurled against the wall with great force.
Okay, this thing is not to be underestimated. Yeah.
Took a lot of strength to batter this down.
Have we encountered a Bruxay before in our travels?
Used this to batter down the grate.
This being the corpse of a man. Yikes. Alright, I am not a fan of where this is going. Why are you after the corpse?
You. Saw you at the inn. I know what you are. Don't know why you killed these people, though. Clearly wasn't for their blood.
The hand that was found with the corpse. not your hand.
We don't have to fight.
You are wrong.
Well, that will be your choice. And you have just made it. Oh,
I cannot let you leave.
You cannot? Well, in that case, definitely drinking that black blood right here, right now. Oh, and if you start knocking me off my feet like that... Okay, I am definitely taking my Tawny Owl. Okay, I need to find a way to knock you off of your feet. No, you shall not. No, you shall not. That hurts my bloody ears. You... Oh, where are you? Alright, you wanna play? You wanna play? Fine, we'll play. Have a bomb. Aha, that's it. No random further shenanigans from your side. Where are you? Where are you? No, you shall not. Okay, I need to stop hitting the bloody pole. Don't you move any further. We need more Eden traps on the field. We need Eden traps. Alright. Come my way. It will be fine. It will be very fine. That's it. Haha. Yeah, no, my friends. You started this fight. And I'm not letting you get out of here anymore. Okay, you need to go down. Ah. You can try and run, you can try and flee, jump all over the place, but you shall not scream in my face any further. Which now begs the question.
Killed all these men to get to the body.
Why?
The table, though.
She was after that hat. Why? She doesn't have it here. Alright. Now that she's gone, definitely want to take out my torch. So that I can at least see a little bit better. So many people dead, for what reason? Let's see what we've got.
Stinks.
Definitely torn up.
Waterlogged. Both hands amputated. Body was quartered just as I thought.
So it is... If both hands are amputated, is that his hand? Like, the story made it sound as if the hand was different from this guy's hand. Either way, let's start with his head, the least mutilated part.
Laid in water for some time. Head swollen, and something took a few bites out of it.
But nothing of our concern.
Something in the throat. A pouch, bulging with coins.
So this would be a kill that had
Nilfgaardian
motivation.
florins. Several different provinces. If the murderer did this, means we're dealing with a sentient thinking beast.
But thus clearly not the Bruxy, but why was the Bruxy after him? What about his chest?
Body was chopped up after death. Blows struck with great force, but bones sliced through, not crushed. Creature that killed him had long claws, sharp as a witcher's blade. First sank its claws into the victim's heart. No Bruxa did this.
Clearly. Although a Bruxy is already pretty powerful, what are we dealing with here?
Third hand. A spare?
It is a third.
Except it's clearly not the victim's. Guardsmen must have not noticed it as they picked everything up. How's this possible? Still warm. Blood still flowing? Several monster species can regenerate. Never heard of that happening to their severed limbs, though.
Yeah.
Or of their limbs seeming completely alive after so much time. Examine the tissue more closely later. Might learn something.
And in the meantime, we have a slightly twitching hand in our backpack. Awesome. Not like there were enough other monster bits in there, but that's clearly the most disturbing one we've got. Well, I guess that's it then.
So, murderer was clearly a monster. but not a Bruxa. But then why'd the Bruxa come here for the severed hand? And who does the hand belong to? Why the hell's it still warm? Now, pouch shoved down the victim's throat. What's the significance? And why was he chopped up into pieces? Lots of questions, no answers so far. Need to know about the other victims. I'll ask Palmerin to get me in to see the Duchess.
But for the time being, it most certainly seems to be like some kind of revenge kill. Like stuffing that pouch down his throat. Well, time to find Palmerin and hope that we will be able to learn more about the previous people who were murdered. Because if this is how it went, clearly there's a whole lot more to this story.
Yeah, no. The mental image of a twitching, severed hand like that inside of our bag, no matter how bottomless it may be, that's giving me the heebie-jeebies. But what does it belong to, and what if they want it back?